Hey YouTube, what's up? How we doing? Honestly, it's been a long time. I created any YouTube video or uploaded any educative content on my YouTube. So yeah, though I've been having some engagement with my guys on Telegram where I post some setups and the rest of that. So yeah, so in this video basically we are going to be talking about how to trade from a point of interest, how to trade from a POI, how to get those lower time frame entries like the M1 entry or whichever lower time frame you use for your entry, how to get a nice trade, a nice entry models that you can follow that can help what puts your strike rate, give you that nice risk to reward, and give you what that overall confidence while taking your trade, isn't it? Yes. So let's start with this. I remember like I've treated something like this here on YouTube about talking on how to trade from what a POI. The thing is, when price is coming up to mitigate a POI, the thing is, there are people who like trade directly from what the POI here, who just like take those aggressive entry without the lower time frame confirmation and stuff like that. Though that's cool, but the thing is, if you really want to boost your confidence or want to trade with that nice confirmation, it's really good if you step down to the lower time frame to get that nice entry that can give you that nice risk to reward. Sometimes you can get risk to reward up to like 1 to 15, 1 to 20, even 1 to 30, following what that lower time frame entry. It will do what, like I said earlier, boost your strike rate and help you with that confidence that you need to execute, and also give you that clarity and that perfect alignment that can help you have what, yeah, that nice risk to reward. So the thing is, when price is approaching what your POI, let's say the 15 minutes POI, that means after doing all of your analysis and getting all of the structures, selecting your POI, you know what you're looking for. The thing is, one thing you notice is when price approaching your POI, it does start with a nice order flow. That means, for instance, okay, let me do this. Let's say, for instance, we have what that let me say we see, okay, coming seems okay, yeah. So when you have what that nice break of structure here, let's say the 15 minutes break of structure, another 15 minute break of structure, and what do we anticipate after a 15 minutes break of structure? We anticipate what? A pullback. Not just a 15 minute break of structure. After any break of structure, the next thing that we anticipate is a pullback, isn't it? Yes. And for the pullback to happen, we want to see what the internal structure of this range switch what bullish, isn't it? Yes, because we are actually, that's the external structure is actually what in a what bearish order flow. That means we are breaking structure to the downside. We are what in the downtrend, and yes, the internal structure as price is going down will also be what bearish, isn't it? Yes. So after breaking what the external low, what do we anticipate? What a pullback, isn't it? Yes. And for that pullback to occur, the internal structure, which is also bearish, must do what? Switch bullish, isn't it? Yes. And this is where so many traders miss it out. Like, okay, let's say for instance you're trading from, let's say, the higher time frame structure, like the 4-hour, the 15 minutes and stuff like that. The thing is, you have to what build that overall idea of price. The thing is, you can't just jump into the chart and start seeing those break of structure without knowing what the intention of price. The thing is, when you, okay, let's say for instance now, because I know so many SMC traders love to trade what the 15 minutes time frame and stuff like that. The thing is, when you open your chart and you look at the market, the thing is, what is the intention of price? Okay, now we see that we're having the break of structure to the upside or to the downside. We see the order flow bearish or bullish. Okay, now what is the intention of that price action? Because like we all know, the lower time frame is what makes up the higher time frame. So for the higher time frame structure to form, the lower time frame must first of all do what? That movement. Okay, so if you see that lower time frame making that movement, the thing is, we want to get to what? That intention of price, isn't it? Okay, now that is just it. Maybe I'll train something like that in other videos, and that will be us doing more practical section and thorough learning on what market structure. So the thing is, after what having that change of character, this change of character is just to tell us that yes, we are about to have that pullback and the lower low is what being formed, isn't it? And we see price approach what our point of interest with this kind of nice bullish order flow. And once price tap into what our point of interest, the thing is, we want to move into the lower time frame, isn't it? Yes. So when price tap into our point of interest, the thing is just put it at the back of your mind that trading is based on probability, isn't it? You are not very certain about the outcome of price. The thing is, you cannot control the outcome of price. You just want to follow things up, isn't it? Yes. And the best way to get your confirmation from here is to wait for that internal structure, or once you move to the lower time frame, you want to see that bearish order flow switch that bullish order flow switch bearish to align with that external structure, isn't it? The external structure is bearish. We have a break of structure, internal structure, which is the lower time frame structure, switch bullish, doing facilitating that pullback into our point of interest. So once price pull back, mitigate our point of interest. The thing is, we don't want to keep we don't want to just jump into the trade. We want to see that lower time frame order flow switch bearish, isn't it? Yes, because price will just continue to do something like this, and price will just keep breaking structure to the upside. Then we have that nice 15 minutes change of character, isn't it? Yes. So for us to be able to get that confirmation that this guy is a good zone for us to trade from and stuff like that, to get that confidence, is when we see that nice change of character in the internal structure or the lower time frame, giving us that confirmation. So the thing is, the internal structure rather, which is the lower time frame structure, is now in alignment with the external structure, isn't it? So this is all a confirmation. Yeah. And this is a nice way to trade from your point of interest. You have all of this nice confirmation that yes, price is about to go our direction. And what do we want to see? We want to see after the change of character. And one thing you should notice, most especially in the M1 or the lower time frame, the first pullback is mostly the inducement, and after that price will go clear the inducement, mitigate, and we'll see our target to be their low. So that is just its mechanical approach to it. The thing is, you don't have to complicate things for yourself. After you see the external structure switch bearish, that's that break of structure, we want to see that order flow shift here, that internal order flow shift, which is a clear sign that we are having that pullback. And like we said, we'll have that pullback in a nice bullish order flow. And when price mitigate that POI that we have interest in trading from, we want to see that nice bullish internal order flow switch bearish, facilitating that yes, the pro trend is starting, isn't it? Yes. And we have all of this confirmation, and yeah, nice risk to reward, nice win rate, nice TP smash and stuff like that. So now let's move into the chart and see what we can do. Yeah, practical section of what I just explained, isn't it? Yeah. So now here we have, this is GBP, AUD, and yeah. So this is the 15 minutes time frame. All of this analysis the analysis I posted on my Telegram group. Okay, yeah, like I said earlier, I have a Telegram channel where I post setups, intraday setups and stuff like that, and I also post up some weekly forecasts and a lot of educative contents there that can really help you in the process of learning. So maybe I'll drop the link to the Telegram channel in the description of this video, so you can just join and check things out there. So now let's start from here, because I actually posted all of the stuff when price action was at this point here on the Telegram channel. Yeah, so let's drag this guy across here, isn't it? Yeah. So first thing first, let's go back. The thing was we had a 4-hour break of structure here, isn't it? Yes, we had that nice 4-hour break of structure. I posted the forecast on my Telegram channel. I posted the setups there. So after that 4-hour break of structure, we see how the internal structure was bearish. You see how those internal structure was bearish alongside with the external structure, which was also bearish, isn't it? Yes. So you see all of those bearish order flow like I just explained a few seconds ago. And the thing is, after a break of structure, like I said, what do we anticipate? We anticipate what? A pullback, and that pullback is to do what? Is to what? Facilitate what? That the after the sorry, I mean, we have a change of character to do what? Facilitate what? That pullback, isn't it? Yes. And this was where we had the high taken out, and yeah, so okay, so we had price took out this high, and you see how price did that first pullback, went up, and price what came back to what? Grab the liquidity here, isn't it? Like I said, the first pullback most of the times what is what? The inducement, isn't it? Yes. So put that at the back of your mind and stuff like that. So price will have to do what? First of all, create what? The inducement to take out what? Traders, creating all of those what? SMT, smart money trap, isn't it? Yes. So the thing is, after the price cleared this liquidity, this is where we are now what? Interested in trading what? This counter trend, isn't it? Because now this is what? The 4-hour pullback, and this is what? A nice bullish order flow in the 15 minutes time frame. So get at the back of your mind, the 4-hour pullback is what? Nice what? 15 minutes bullish order flow, isn't it? So we have what? This liquidity grab here, price swept that liquidity, and that's where we are interested in the market. And you see now, picking our POI, our point of interest, you see how this nice supply zone was mitigated by this candle, so there isn't any supply here to trade from anymore. So if I will be focusing on anything here, I'll focus what? On this guy here, which has not been what's mitigated, isn't it? Yes. So this is a nice guy I will be trading from, because this guy has already been mitigated by what? This candle here. So after the mitigation, like I said, after this break, you see how price was also going up here with a nice what? Bullish order flow, isn't it? Break of structure, you see the pullback, we see the break, we see the pullback. Remember, the external structure is all what? Bullish. The internal structure is also bullish as well. And you see how price now, we had that what? Nice change of character over here, isn't it? So that nice change of character is to do what? Facilitate what? That pull back into what? This nice one here, isn't it? Yes. And you see how price went back up, then mitigate our POI, and this is where we are now interested in the market. And you see how price cleared out this inducement, because this is a what? Nice zone that could be traded from, and this is what? SMC what? SMC trap, smart money trap, yeah. Inducing, this is the inducement for what? This POI over here, isn't it? Yeah. So come in, let me just clear that. So the next thing we want to do now is to go what? To the M1 time frame, where we want to get what? Our entry from. And yeah, since we already mitigate this guy, we want to go to the M1 time frame to see all of this structure align with what? The external structure, to give us that confirmation that this guy is a good zone, and to give us that nice confirmation that we are trading from this guy here, isn't it? Yeah. So the M1 time frame, now here we are in the M1 time frame. Let me just go back in price. Yeah, going back in price. Nice one. Okay, here we are. So this was where price did what? The mitigation, isn't it? Yes. So we see how price, okay, let me just zoom in. So nice one. So we see how price mitigated our POI. So you see how price was moving downwards with this nice bearish what? Order flow. We see the break of structure to the downside. See how price just breaks structure to the downside. We see this nice pullback after breaking what? This structure. We see the nice pullback, then price came back, break structure, and you see how we had what? That nice change of character here, isn't it? So now after getting what? This nice change of character, you see this our POI here caused what? This nice change of character. So this is a what? A good sign that now the external structure what is now what? Aligned with, sorry, the internal structure is now aligned with what? The external structure. Remember, we are bullish in the external structure. Now the internal structure pull back, what? Mitigated with a nice bearish order flow, pull back, mitigated our point of interest, now we have what that nice change of character, isn't it? That is what a good sign that the pro trend is about starting. So we have what that alignment, and this is what I call a nice trading what with the trend. Yes, this is a nice trading with the trend, because you know what, the external structure is now, the internal structure rather, is now aligned with what the external structure. So this is a good what trading with the trend. So we are not going against any odds here, isn't it? Yeah, so we are clearly what trading with the trend here, because we have what those alignment, external structure aligned with the internal structure. So you see, after what this change of character, isn't it? Yes, after we have this change of character, what do we anticipate? Like we said, we anticipate what the pullback. So this is the M1. We're just going to pick a nice demand zone that we would what just trade from. Yeah, so the thing is, look at this, guys. You know, now picking what the zone we want to trade from. If you look, the last bearish candle before the up move, you see, was already mitigated by what this guy here. You see, mitigated by this guy here, and we want to shift our interest what to this nice guy here. And you can see this guy here was also mitigated by this guy here, but the week was not mitigated. So we have some nice supply what at the week here. And the thing is, if you go down to the second time frame, you're going to see down that we have a nice supply there. But the thing, you don't have to go down there, you don't really have to. So the thing is, we have that what nice point of interest over there, isn't it? Yes. And you see now that this first mitigation became what the inducement for what this guy over here, isn't it? Because look at it now, you see how we see this nice order flow to the upside, isn't it? You see what price move up, break structure here, you see what this pullback, and you see how price move up, causing what this break of structure here. We see this little pullback here, which is actually coming from what this flip zone here. If you go back to the lower time frame, like the seconds time frame, like the 15 seconds, 30 seconds, see that this was coming from what a nice supply zone. So this was supply to demand flip, and you see how price now push back up. We see this pullback that mitigated what this candle here. So where we have our point of interest is what the week, because the week is not mitigated yet, and we see how price went up. We had this break of structure again, we had this pullback that mitigated this guy, which shifted our interest from what this guy as well. And as you can see, we also have what this nice week that we can also pay attention to, because it's we have what a nice supply there as well, isn't it? Yes. So let me just clear that from the chart, isn't it? So well, oh, sorry about that. But we have what our interests were on this guy here, because all of this guy became what inducement for it. So we have what our nice point of interest here. Hope you are following, guys. Yeah, so we have our nice point of interest. As you can see, price came, tap in, and this is where we would have gotten what our first entry. This is where would have been triggered, isn't it? Yes. So you see how we are just building all of this stuff. So, and one thing you get here is what that nice, like I said, nice risk to reward, nice confidence, because now you have all of those alignments, which is what's perfect for you what to take your trade. Remember, in trading we also think in terms of what probability. Know that you have what that let's say perfect analysis per se that can actually control the price, the outcome of price. The thing is, your analysis can't actually control the outcome of price. Not because you have what a nice analysis that means our price should go your way. No, the market can still come back and do what it wants to do, isn't it? Yes, because nobody you can't actually what control the market. And this would have been what our first entry and our target, where that 15 minutes. Okay, where's that high? So our target becomes what that 15 minutes high, isn't it? Yes, seems it's not there. Okay, it's there. Okay, so we have our target there, and okay, so nice one. We have our target there, and this could be a zone where you look toward break even, take partials, and all of those stuff depending on your trade management rule, isn't it? And you see, one thing about this M1 entries, just know where you put your stop loss because of what spread. You consider spread, and also at least even if it's half pip above your demand zone, because sometimes if you're not careful you won't get triggered, isn't it? Yes. So let's see how we can actually get more entry on this guy. As you can see, we have this nice break of structure here. Remember, after the break of structure we anticipate the pullback, isn't it? Yes. And you see our price break structure. Remember, like I said, the first pullback most times serve as the inducement, and you see how this guy here became the inducement for this guy here, and you see how it was swept, isn't it? Yes. So we have that nice zone, that nice supply zone here. And guys, as you can see, we also have this nice supply zone here. But the thing is, you don't price doesn't have to come back to this guy here, because we already see how a lot of liquidity, huge amount of liquidity was taken here by price. So you see how price created all of this liquidity, came back, grab all of this liquidity, and this was sufficient enough to drive the price back up, like I explained in the video I created last time on liquidity and inducement. We talked about that a lot. The thing is, we talked about how liquidity is the fuel for price, just like your gas, just like your cars need that fuel to move, that gas to move. Same thing with price. The liquidity is the fuel for price. Price needs all this liquidity to move. So I see how price grabbed that liquidity, took out this inducement, isn't it? And this was the nice entry here, and we have our second position here running, isn't it? Yes. So let me just drag guy here. So remember, like I said, consider where you put your stop loss because of spread and all of the stuff, but at least 6 pips is enough. It's fair enough. So we have our second entry running, and target still the M15 highs, isn't it? Yeah. So okay, I think I'm messing that up already. Let me just bring it back. All right, so let's take it back up to that M15 highs, isn't it? Yes. So and notice, guys, this is a counter trend. This is a pullback. So the thing is, we expect price to go up like in a corrective way. That is why we keep getting all of these entries. Unlike when we are trading from the pro trend, most times we see that blast through, not really giving us all of these entry opportunities, like all of those mitigations and stuff like that, though it gives us, but not all of the time, isn't it? Yes. So we see this break of structure again. Yeah, we have this nice break of structure. We see how price did grab this liquidity here. Like I said, most at times the first pullback is the inducement. So you see how this happened not once, not twice already. You see we had this break of structure. You see this pullback, which was the inducement. See how price came, grab that inducement, and we see price blast to the upside. Same thing happened here. The first pullback, always inducement. See the first pullback here. See how price came back, grab all of those inducement, and went back up. Same thing here. Break of structure, first pullback, inducement. You see our price came back, grab all of this liquidity, and nice one. So the thing is, after grabbing that liquidity, this is where we can consider looking for entries, because after that liquidity grab, we can move to the second time frame. And like I said, you don't have to do that. So but if you like to, you can still go down to the second time frame and look for that change of character and stuff like that. Or one thing you can do is pay attention to the internal structure here, isn't it? Yes, because it will also come down with that nice bearish order flow, isn't it? And you wait for to get that change of character, just like we got here. Look at this, guys. We see price came down, we see the pullback, we break this internal structure here, and price gave us this change of character, and you see how price came back to mitigate this candle here, which is our nice supply zone, isn't it? Yes. So this would have been what our nice zone, and would have gotten what our third entry. So you see how we are just following the mitigation, guys. This is how easy it can be. So stop loss below the low, yeah, nice one, and entry still what the M15 highs. So this is what how you can actually trade what from a point of interest. Follow the mitigation, guys, and the thing is just wait for what that perfect alignment, just like I explained earlier in the starting of the video. Once you have your point of interest, and you have what that external break of structure, remember the internal structure should what align what with the external structure. Like after the break of structure, one thing we see is what the pullback, and the pullback is what in the lower time frame is going what up with what that nice bullish order flow. And the thing is, we want to see what that internal structure align with what that external structure, giving us that change of character and giving us that confirmation that we are trading from the right zone. And remember, most times not all the time, but most time the first pullback serves as the inducement, and you see our price will just go back up, clearing what the inducement before moving down. The thing is, the actual thing is, if you can't spot the inducement or the liquidity, then actually what you are the liquidity. Yeah, I know most of us have heard about that phrase a lot. So nice one. So let's move to Euro USD now, where I actually traded from. Okay, this is the 1 minute. Let's go back to the 15 minutes time frame, and let me show us how I built all of those trade ideas. Okay, now this is like I said earlier, if you want to see setup like this, you can actually check the description of this video, then join my Telegram channel where I post setup like this. So the thing was, I actually traded from this guy here, isn't it? Actually traded from this guy here. So look at this. We have what this heavy bullish bearish momentum to the downside due to what NFP. And the thing is, we want to follow what the structure. We want to follow what the structure. Very, very important. So you see, we have what this run to the downside. We had this pullback, break of structure, price went up. We had what this break of structure again. I see our price went all the way down. We have what this pullback, and we finally had what this break of structure, which is very, very obvious here. So nice break of structure here, and that was where I started to pay attention to price, isn't it? Yeah. So after that break of structure, remember we said we anticipate what a pullback, isn't it? Yes. After a break of structure, next thing that we anticipate is a what? Is a pullback. So why is my trading view behaving like this? Okay, nice one. It's set. So after the break of structure, we anticipate what a pullback. You see our price break structure, nice candle closure below the low, and you see what this pullback here, isn't it? We have what this pullback, which actually mitigated this nice zone here, isn't it? Yeah, mitigated what this nice zone here. If you pick our fib tool, see that, yeah, mitigated what the 50%. Yeah, nice mitigation. And if we jump down to the M1, you see that we are having what that nice bearish order flow, isn't it? Yeah. So after the break of structure, we anticipate what a pullback, isn't it? Nice one. So let's move down to the M1 and let's see how I was able to get that nice trade. Okay, nice one. So look at the nice M15 break of structure over there, and yeah, after the break of structure, we say we anticipate what a pullback, and for that pullback to occur, the internal structure will have to do what, guys? To have to what switch what bearish, no bullish in this case, because we have what a bearish break of structure, switch bullish and split, and you see how price switch here. You see how the internal structure of this leg, as you can see, switch, and we see what that pullback, which mitigated what this nice area here. Okay, let me just clear that. So I'll quickly explain something here. Okay, so you see, guys, okay, let me remove this guy here for now. So I'll explain something here. So you see guys, after price cleared this liquidity here, we see how price mitigated what this range of what supply. So that range of supply there was mitigated. Nice imbalance. It was mitigated, cleared what this liquidity here, isn't it? Yes. And after price cleared that liquidity, so look at how the internal structure in this case, look at that nice push to the upside. See how price went up, pullback, break structure. We have this little pullback here, then break structure before mitigating what that range of supply. And we see how this internal structure here, we see that structure shift, the choke, we have that what alignment what with the external structure. So you see guys, same thing repeating what itself across what the time frame. So the thing is, you don't have to complicate things for yourself, just make things easy for yourself. So you see how price then came back, mitigated what this supply zone here. So you see we have that other field, and what we want to pay attention to is this guy here. So let me drag this guy here now. So yeah, so we have this nice supply zone which is unmitigated here. We have what this nice proper imbalance here, and you see how price mitigated this guy, clearing what all of this inducement. And if you actually want to pay attention to what the M1 structure, which is this price action happening here, we see how price did what break structure here. Remember, like I said, first pullback most times serve what was the inducement. I see how price pullback did all of this pullback here, and that guy became what the inducement. And you see how price cleared all of this liquidity here. Okay, let me pick that tool again. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay. What's happening? I think my trading view is just giving me issues right now. Okay. Maybe it's because I'm using the web version. Okay. Okay, let's go to text. Okay, let's just forget about that, but we understand what I'm trying to say. See how price grab all of this liquidity here to mitigate what this nice zone that we have over here. So, and the thing was, actually I missed this trade. I didn't take the trade from this guy here, and this was where I actually got my trade. Okay, let's speed it back to that guy, and I'm actually going to show what the MT5 screenshot. So we have what this breakout structure here. So the thing I have to do here was follow what the order flow, isn't it? Yes. So after what this breakout structure, we see our price pull back, isn't it? You see how price first of all cleared what this inducement here. Like we said, the first pullback most of the time serve what as the inducement, isn't it? See price cleared this inducement, mitigated what this range of supply. So we had this range of supply, the price was mitigated, isn't it? And we had what that nice break of structure. We see the pullback that mitigated this guy, isn't it? Yes. So we see the pullback that mitigated what this guy. And remember, like we say most of the times, the first pullback serves as the inducement. This is a nice guy to trade from. But if you look at here, guys, we have what proper imbalance here. We see how this guy we see this nice imbalance here that was left here, and we see how we had this what nice area we are looking at. Nice nice, what's it called now, supply zone, which we anticipate price to come mitigate. And all of these guys became what the inducement, isn't it? It became what the inducement for this guy up here. And as you can see, this guy also was a very nice zone which we would have been trading from. But the thing is, you have that back of your mind that this guy became what the SMT, the smart money trap, isn't it? Imagine you were taking your trade from here. See how price just gave us that little reaction, but actually didn't went down. And you see how price also created what this sorry about that, created what this nice inducement here for this guy here. But actually the thing is, look at here, guys. After getting this mitigation, we still had all this nice zone here, and this was the zone I was actually waiting for, because I always most of the time stick toward the extreme when it comes to what this lower time frame stuff. And this thing is following what your entry models. Yeah, seeing what those flip zones, those extreme zones that gives me more confirmation to swing the trade, isn't it? Yes. So you see how price came back, mitigated. Actually, this was where I took my entry. This is where I took my entry. Yeah, nice trade, and we see how price blast down, isn't it? Yeah, nice trade, nice risk to reward. And my target was what? The daily the daily demand zone. I actually posted the setup on Telegram, and so you see I post a lot of stuff on my Telegram channel, so do well to join the Telegram channel. You can actually benefit a lot from there. So you see how my target was this guy, and you see how price came, mitigate this guy, making me bank a lot of profit. But actually I didn't hold all of my volume to this guy here. No, I won't do that. The thing was, I actually packed my profit when I got a 1 to 10, isn't it? So where was that? Okay, here I actually banked a lot of my profit when I got a 1 to 10, and you see this was my first this was my break even. So I had my break even here, took my took partials when I had a 1 to 10 before I could allow the rest. Like I took like 70% of my volume, then I could allow the rest of the trade to run down toward that nice daily demand, or nice daily demand. And yeah, that was how I was able to have this nice trade. And yeah, this is actually how you can trade from a point of interest, guys. Align those time frame to align, isn't it? Yes, nice way towards smart those nice risk to reward, and have all of those alignments will boost your confidence, give you that clarity, and help you know what you're actually doing. So that is it about this video, guys. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe, and if you find what I just did here helpful, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you are my previous subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch this video. Trust me, I'll keep posting more useful content here on YouTube for us. And like I promised, I'm going to be dropping the link to my Telegram channel in the description of this video. So guys, like this video, just say a comment, say something, and it will help boost the YouTube algorithm stuff and allow the video reach a lot of traders out there. So thank you for watching this video. Peace up.